Hi there. My name is Gus Pedersen, and I'm part of the Saugerties Artist Studio Tour. I've been here for about, this is my 7th year, and I'm going to give you some ideas of what you can expect to see if you come to my gallery. But first I'm going to give you a bit of a history. I too was born in the Bronx, though I have to say most of my education I lived in Queens and I went to school in Brooklyn. My education is actually an electrical engineer. I spent most of, after graduating high school and going to Brooklyn Polytech, I joined the Navy and I sailed on the Western Pacific as a submarine as a photographer. And the question is that, of course, what is a photographer photographing on a submarine? Well, there is, in fact, a periscope. But after getting out of the Navy, I became a computer designer and systems analyst, and I spent most of my career designing computer systems. That occurred until about the middle 90s when we had the internet flop, and my particular line of work was no longer worth very much. So being out of work for a while, a couple of guys, friends have asked me, I was asking them, what is it that I should do? Should I become an engineer? Should I be a CTO or various other things? And when the first one told me I should become a woodworker, I thought, well, what a dumb, stupid idea that was. But then when a second one and a third one actually said the same thing without talking to one another, I said there must be something into that. So I decided that I would give it a shot. And I got a job working in a cabinet shop with a lot of conniving and whatever you want to call it, convincing the owner that I had vast amounts of experience when in fact I had absolutely none. And then I got a job as a helper. The lowest level job, I swept, I did this and that, and it was the hardest job I had in the world. I've still got teeth marks on my lips because of biting it. Anyhow, I did that for about 6 months. Then I became an assistant, a helper to a cabinet maker, and I learned more in 1 week working for Walter just by watching him. So after about a year, I decided to quit, and I got a job as a full cabinet maker, again with a lot of portfolio and a lot of conniving. After about 2 years, I decided to become a cabinet maker myself. So as of about 95, I've been working as a full-time cabinet maker. I've always wanted to be an architect, but couldn't really get that because old people can't become architects. So I become a designer. I design custom furniture and I build it. All of my furniture is very unique. I like to make use of various forms of wood. For years I've been building all of this furniture for the guys on the artist tour. After a while these people start saying to me things like, hey Gus, enough with this 64th of an inch, enough with this straight lines and right angles. You should express yourself. You should come up with curves and things of that nature. So I looked at a couple of my cabinets and I started realizing that there's a big flat space in the front of every one of my cabinets that is a perfect place to display some sort of art form. Well, I started looking into various art forms that you could do with wood. And over here, I have 3 examples of cabinet doors using various woodworking techniques. You may have run across the term parquetry, as in parquet floors. This first one over here, is parquetry. It's geometric patterns done with veneers. I emphasize veneers. Veneers usually has a bad rap of anything with veneers is usually low quality wood. It's quite the contrary. Anything that is veneered usually is very extensively labor intensive to create various patterns and this and that. This particular type of art form is very prevalent in Islamic art, as they're not allowed in their religion to, in fact, display current forms. So they make very intricate geometric patterns. This particular area here is the same veneer, but actually rotated 90 degrees. And then I added some other little things down here. This is something that you can do with veneers, but you cannot do with solid wood. The next one over is, if you're getting carried away with cutting little pieces of wood, it's something called marquetry. It's in fact the creation of pictures based on, or created by using woods and veneer and grain patterns. You'll see that's in fact the Saugerties lighthouse. And all of the different colors and shadings are in fact different woods, grain patterns, and etc. And that's called marquetry. The last one over there on the right is a new cabinet door, of which there is a mirror image to that on the other side of the door. It is a wood form called intarsia, which is Latin for insert. It's got a three-dimensional aspect of it. You will, if you go to the Sistine Chapel in St. Peter's, you will actually see an intarsia floor where different pieces of marble are actually cut, squared, and insert to create a geometric pattern. In this case, what I did is I displayed various types of woods. You'll notice there's in fact a three-dimensional aspect of it, and there is some copper pieces of that. There's a little background. These are in fact all cabinet doors of one form or another. Now, if you come to the gallery on the artist studio tour, you can come to my gallery and you can see these things and other doors and examples of other pieces of furniture that I made. And I'm located on Route 32, just a mile north of the southbound entrance exit to the Thruway. And I look forward to meeting you.